song by our drummer. Yeah, a little jam. Yeah. You ready? I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on screaming. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on screaming. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on screaming.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, yeah.
Walking and talking with my mind.
Why?
Stayed on screaming. Walking and talking with my mind.
Where?
Stayed on screaming. Walking and talking with my mind. Stayed on screaming. Hallelujah. 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 Let's go. I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit.
You know the order?
Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. 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 Hallelujah.
All right. Woke up this morning. Good morning, CSL Simi Valley. Let me begin my monitor dance. All right. So, we have waited quite a while for this time. Now, I know that some folks still feel comfortable wearing their mask. Please do so. All right? But we also want to acknowledge that we've reached a landmark time. And that's prayer realized. Really grateful for that. It would be really wonderful if we could move our world into a place where we don't have to do what we're about to do as a community for another community that's living in a rough experience. And to talk about that and how we can support the people of Ukraine, I'm going to bring up John McCloskey. So John, coming up, tell us what you got for us, what we can do, and how we can help.
Thank you, Rev.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. My name is John McCluskey. I'm a husband to Cherie, but I'm also a member, an employee at Bank of America. And Bank of America offered a volunteer opportunity for their employees in Westlake and Simi to provide and contribute to the humanitarian Ukrainian cause. And what we can do, because I know for instance myself, we sit in the living room and we're praying and we're treating and we're saying, what can we do? Well, here's an opportunity. So Reverend Stephen has been gracious enough to afford us this opportunity where we can collect items that are non-perishable food items and clothing, socks, and there's lists out there in the sanctuary on the table.
And you can take a picture of you can use your cell phone, take a picture of the
Ducking my
screen.
bald spot here and getting out of the way. So anyway, we're doing this through this week, and I will pick everything up on Sunday. So it's a great opportunity if you feel it in your heart to do so. It's extremely voluntary, and I appreciate the opportunity.
It's on the side screens, don't worry. There it is. And it's also printed out.
Yes.
And if you're going to drop stuff off, we really appreciate it if you could wait and bring it next Sunday.
Yes.
I know there's a tendency for folks who want to bring stuff during the week, but we're in and out, reduction in staff, we're in and out during the week. We may not be here when you get here. You could call in advance to see if someone's here, but the best thing is to bring it next week or to give it to John right now, like I'm going to do. Here's a couple first aid kits.
Excellent. Thank you.
Right
and here's some Neosporin.
Okay.
you
Okay,
go.
so that gets you started. All right, you can even have the bag.
Prosperity Month.
Here, you can have the bag, put it back
Thank
in.
you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
All right, man,
John.
thank you for doing this. I really
course.
appreciate you
Of course.
helping us to do. And, you know, we did so well. Remember when we did the Harbor House? We wanted to do 25 families. Do you remember how many families we ended up doing? 65. 65 was the final total, and there was money left over to give gifts to members of our community that needed some support during the holidays. So we can do this. We can do a major rally like this. So let's give John so much that he has to rent a U-Haul or something. Lillian, yes.
Does this mean that Bank of America is shipping it over?
Yes, Bank of America through, John, can you go, Don, can you go back one slide? Bank of America is using this company here called Meast to do the shipping, but they're doing the collecting with all their employees.
10 days for it to arrive.
Yeah.
It's going to be collecting all this information, or
The stuff.
the items, and we'll be delivering it to Glendale.
Their warehouse.
From Glendale.
Just a quick announcement that I can coordinate for Sacred Sisters.
Thank you.
And Jan just says if you want to coordinate with her, if you're a member of the Sacred Sisters, she can coordinate a big drop-off, so just see her after service for that. And I'm going to put Dale on the spot. Dale will do the same thing for the Giants. So, you know, if you want to, because whatever the sisters do, us Giants, we're going to do it too, because that's just how guys are. That's how we roll. But this thing that we do here, we're doing this prosperity and abundance plan, the 40-day. Did you get your email this morning? Did any folks get started? I got my book out. There's my Post-it for the day with my affirmation on there, which I want to read to you. And I wrote it in my super small script because it's a big thing. Oh wait, I don't have to do that. Before I do that, though, let me remind you, I'm going to put it right here, because this practice is so wonderful to do, and it was so rich doing it this morning, diving into my notebook and coming up with these phrases. Hold on. The reality of me. Rich, full, tasty, thick, luxurious. You know, just diving into the words. It's such a wonderful experience. So it only takes 15 minutes to do this. And we're going to support you through the whole program. Here's how we'll be able to support you. You'll get your daily email reminder. That's coming. We're going to have a guided meditation, maybe 2 or 3 for you. We'll see how that comes out. We'll be checking in during the service like we're doing now. On March 16th, Johanna's Poetry Spiritual Practice will focus that day's prosperity statement. And then on April 6th, with the Spiritual Spa, which are Wednesdays, we'll also focus on that day's prosperity statement. So we're going to work it as often as we can within the service, during the week, and every morning, so you can get some support to do this. It's not a class, it's a practice. It's a practice to shift consciousness, to rehabit your thinking so that we know that our source is the divine. And it has multiple ways of giving to us. It doesn't have to just come straight through money from one job. It comes from a number of different ways because it's delivered by source, which has an infinite field of variety for bringing good into your life. So here's today's day one statement, which says, God is lavish. Yeah, come, let's do it together. I was going to read it and do it together, but let's just all do it together because you feel in the juice, and I like that when you're feeling the juice. So let's do it together right now. God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich, omnipresent substance of the universe, this all-providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me, the reality of me. The reality of me, that so hit me because even when I don't remember, or even if I don't believe, it's the reality of me. So I can't forget it. I don't need to, it's there. It's a part of everything that I am, all providing, everything available, given, omnipresent, everywhere, all pervasive, unfailing, every time, all time. That's eternal. We are that in expression. And when we get that consciousness in our brains, we will live a rich, lavish, unfailing, abundant life. That's how this works, right? So as we do all these things in community, we live our vision statement out loud, which says, we're community, inclusive, loving, and authentic. We celebrate all paths to God in gratitude, empowering self and others. We serve compassionately through outreach, inspiration, and education. That's who we are. That's why we're here. And here's what we do. Feel free to add anything.
We pray, as Reverend Stephen really just did, right? When he went into the statement of principle of the day. So we just go on with that, knowing that there's one consciousness, that there is one divine presence that is lavish abundance, that is infinite, that is all providing. And that one consciousness is individualized as each and every one of us. It is expressed as all that there is. So therefore I know that this service this morning is an expression of the divine. This service this morning is lavish abundance itself. And for this I'm just so grateful, and I let it be, and so it is.
How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs my love today, sweet spirit? Who needs my love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. How can I serve today? How can I serve today? Who needs my love today? Who needs my love today? Sweet spirit.
You know, the service is truly just one big celebration of expressing and affirming the truth for ourselves, isn't it? So we're doing that by repeating an affirmation that is linked to Reverend Stephen's talk later on. And I will say it first and then we'll all say it together. I am a co-creative being consciously releasing a divinely inspired idea. I am a co-creative being consciously releasing a divinely inspired idea. The reading this morning is from the book The Jewel of Abundance by Yogacharya Ellen Grace O'Brien. And this section is called Our Big Foolish Project. There's a quote from Rumi. Start a huge foolish project like Noah. And Yogacharya writes this. Our big foolish project is our divinely inspired life. Our big foolish project is our response to life's invitation to serve. There's a tendency to think that living a higher purpose by following a divinely inspired idea must be some grand project or monumental task. But that's not necessarily the case. We ourselves are the divinely inspired idea. The astounding destiny we are called to is the fulfillment of our purpose, the authentic expression that is our life. We thrive when we take up this big, foolish project of becoming who we are through serving life. We thrive through contributing what is ours to contribute. Consider the timeless story of Noah and the ark, a demonstration of radical prosperity. Noah followed his inner guidance to serve life and be a bold and courageous agent of transformation. He wasn't building a yacht for himself. No doubt he was subject to the ridicule of others and the barbs of his own self-doubt. Yet, he persevered on the journey of becoming. Metaphysically, the story is one of transformation. The flood signifies the purification process that accompanies surrender of self-will. The ark filled with animals, Noah and his family, represents mind with all its creative potential responding to divine direction. Leave the old consciousness, old ideas and habits that no longer serve your prospering path. Leave all that behind and head for higher ground, a more spiritually evolved outlook. Noah's destiny is tied to doing what is his to do, according to his gifts and potentials. So is ours.
Well, in the house today, we got our brother, Dr. Jami Lula. Everybody say, ah. Ah, doc, to the doctor. Ah.
I'm so grateful to be here. Grateful to be with my brother Stephen, my brother from another mother. Thank you. This is a song that I wrote quite a few years ago. I heard a woman speak in a 12-step meeting and saying, after all the teachings, all the catechism and church that she'd been to in her life, she'd never experienced God before. And I just thought, I understood that, being a recovering Catholic, that God was out there, and then getting in this teaching and recognizing that infinite presence of love that's within and as each one of us. I went home and I wrote this song for all the ways, not grand, but all the smallest ways in which we experience God. One. 1, 2, 3. From a red bud in my favorite rose bush to the smile on a grandmother's face, to the dew on a single blade of grass, I keep seeing in the smallest ways. From the hoot of an old horned owl to the laughter of children that play, to the first whistle passing my son's lips, I keep hearing in the smallest ways. When I pay such close attention, there's no judgment in my life. There's only love in the smallest ways. In the smallest ways. From the birth of my only baby to the song that I've sung full of grace, to the loss of a mentor not meant to be mine, I keep feeling in the smallest ways. From a breath of night blooming jasmine to your scent permeating my days, I can call to mind what I can't find. I keep breathing in the smallest ways. When I pay such close attention, there's no judgment in my life. There's only love in the smallest ways. In the smallest ways. In the smallest ways. the sweetest kisses to the tear that I stole from your face. The gelato we shared on the boulevard, I keep falling in the smallest ways. When I give into sweet surrender, and I know that God is in this place, there's only love in the smallest of ways. In the smallest of ways. Come on, y'all. In the smallest of ways I keep seeing. In the smallest of ways I keep hearing. In the smallest of ways I keep feeling. In the smallest of ways I keep breathing. In the smallest of ways I keep falling. In the here we go.
Woo, Davey! Let's take a deep breath and prepare to go into meditation. Feel your feet on the ground. Then close your eyes if you're comfortable doing so. And in meditation we listen. We just listen attentively to what is in our hearts. We're just being with it. Nothing to do. Just to be. We'll be meditating for 3 minutes, after which our music director, Cherie Deeds, will take us out of meditation with a centering song.
darkness. I am in the light. See me if you can. Everywhere I am.
We invite you to meditate every day, even if it is just for a few minutes. But just touch base, the truth of yourself.
Thank you, Johanna. Come on, Jamie. Got another one from our doctor.
I need light. These eyes just... Not that I want to affirm that, but... Praise Jesus. So this is a song written out of the pandemic that I wrote with Gary Lynn Floyd. Hence a Floyd Lula song that I felt was appropriate for my brother's talk today. Let the seeds be planted. Let the souls grow deep. Let the hearts be open. Let the furrows weave. Let the Lord be glory. Let the love be felt. Let the joy be witnessed. Let the armor melt. My words can weaponize or heal the hate inside. I choose light in a darkness I see. I've fallen down on faith. I rise up, I awake. I know this path was meant for me. Let the sun keep rising. Let the light shine through. Let the peace keep growing. Let my soul see you. Let the world go global. Let the boundaries fade. Let the people be moved by not what they got but gave. My words can weaponize or heal the hate inside. I see light in the darkness I see. I've fallen down on faith. I rise up, I awake. I know this path was meant for me. Teach me to be. Teach me. One with the we. To be, teach me. Let the people worship. Let your Lord be chose. Let the difference whisper what the Spirit knows. Let the word be spoken. let the love shine through. Let the peace within us dwell in me and you. My words can weaponize or heal the hate inside. I choose light in the darkness I see. I've fallen down on faith, I rise up, I awake. I know this path was meant for me. Teach me to be, teach me. One with the we, to be, teach me, yeah. Teach me to be, teach me. One with the we, to be, teach me. Here we go.
Teach me to be. To be, teach me. I love that, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. You and Gary Lynn write such wonderful songs. Floyd Lula! Yes, yes. My man in orange. I almost wore my orange shirt today, but I was like, no, I can't steal the thunder. Cannot steal the thunder.
You can only share.
Share the thunder, that's right, that's right. Oh. Thank you all for this. It's such a nice centering thing. All right, so here we go. Where are we going? Someone will tell us. I'm listening. I'm ready to release nature's protected spark. That's what I'm ready to do. And I'm hoping that each and every one of you will do the same thing. There is a spark of divinity within each and every one of us. It is protected, but put inside of us. We are the protectors of this great creative energy. And sometimes we protect it just a little bit too much. Build walls around it, close it down, shut it down, lock it down. But we're ready to open it up and let it fly. Teach me to be, teach me. You know, it is so hidden within, it becomes unseen, this spark I'm talking about. But when it's known, when we capture it, and we capture it in those silent moments, we capture it in the most interesting times. You know, you're sitting around yesterday, I was just like in the space, and I was kind of vibrating at a vibration that was hard to concentrate. And I could feel that. And at that very moment, I looked outside, and there was a hummingbird going at one of the blooming sedums out in the backyard. And I just stopped. And then it all happened. And then this happened. And now let's see how it comes out. I'm talking about, this protected thing I'm talking about is the seed of creation that's in each and every one of us. And there's a picture in our minds. And the pictures, as I was looking, Johanna and I are planting our spring garden. And I noticed that on the front of the seed packets, it's the eventual outcome of the seed. See, this is the potential. The seed is the potential in a capsule. We are a seed. We are a potential in a capsule called the human being. Potential within the capsule called Becky. Potential with the capsule called Joan. We're holding this idea within us that needs to just be popped forth. And it expands. It's self-expansive. The idea, the creative idea that's within us is self-expansive. It's got a vitality to it. And that vitality is contained within the seed that's inside of each and every one of us. But we must sow the seed. We've got to release that. I've been reading some Troward this week. 1 page a week. That was one sentence. Troward is the only thing you will read. You know, like the Bible, every line in the Bible has a number so you can follow it along, right? And many books do that. Troward divides the book up. When you read about it, it'll say part A, part B, part C. The page is divided into sections because there's no end to the sentence. Stream of consciousness. But the guy was just on it. He was really on it for his time. And he says it in this idea around the sea that we must contemplate this idea that's within us. And as we contemplate this idea that's within us, the desire becomes a fact. Our desire to express becomes fact, but we must give it attention. We must nurture it like the farmer does. We must till the soil of our mind and move forward to make it happen and know that this fact will occur. And if your idea has been within you for a long time and it has not burst forth, don't worry. That's not a bad thing. I'm thinking about this stuff called moso bamboo. This particular variety of bamboo, you plant this stuff in the ground and you wait. You better go off and do something else, like take a vacation, get another job, go back to college, get a degree, because it takes 5 years for this plant to actually begin to surface above the soil. 5 years. But you know what happens then? 2.5 feet a day. Why? Because it has been building this root structure. It's been taking these nutrients out of the soil. And you, in our life, experience the idea that's within us now. And many of us are in that part of life where we're like, gosh, maybe it's a little too late. No, it is not too late. In fact, if the idea is still inside you, it's maybe a moso bamboo idea. It's been building this soil thing down here so that when you express it, boom, it just explodes into creation. That's the spark that I'm talking about releasing today. That's the divine spark. Dr. Holmes talks about this in The Science of Mind. He says that in that inner sanctuary of your own hidden nature, there's perhaps an objective gaze there that is the nestling, the seed of perfection. I know I said that a lot differently than it's written on the screen. But I feel like I captured it. Let me try it again. Let me read it that way and see if it sounds the same as it sounded as it came out of my head a second ago. In that inner sanctuary of our own nature, hidden perhaps from objective gaze, there you go, nestles the seed of perfection. The seed here, we sometimes don't pay attention. We sometimes don't pay attention. But that's okay if you're not giving it the gaze of your time, because it's there. It's nestled inside. And it's perfect. It's divine. And it's waiting. It's waiting. And the seed also, the powerful idea, the metaphysical idea of the seed, it represents the all. The seed is as close to God-like as anything can possibly be, because it has the effect and the cause all within one. Down inside the seed is not just the beginning of the plant, it's the whole plant, and it's the whole cycle of the plant over and over and over again. So it's the physical version of a metaphysical truth. This seed is a physical version of a metaphysical truth. You are a physical version of a metaphysical truth. The Alpha and the Omega, as the ancients would say. I am the Alpha and the Omega. You are the beginning and the end. And the middle part too. And the middle part is sowing the seed. The middle part is getting out there and doing the work. The middle part is Dr. Holmes's treat and move your feet. Right? As soon as we plant something, we begin to create. Christian Sorensen, wonderful minister down in San Diego, I actually borrowed his greeting because he screams out, "Good morning, Seaside!" Then they turn his mic on. It's amazing. Right? Next time you're down there, yeah, rat me out. It's okay, I don't mind. But he says that the seed is surprisingly dropped by a divine muse as an idea, as an inkling, as a tingle, as a possibility, as an image, as a vision, as an urge, luring you to come play in the creative field. And I love that he uses the word play. It's not to come work in the creative field. It's to come and play in the field, to come and explore, to expand, to create something new, you know? I've been talking about this idea about tools versus play in a class that Johanna and I are in, where this gentleman talks about playing versus working with tools. Tools is like work, but play is to expand. Years ago, my dad bought me this wonderful erector set for a Christmas gift. He also bought my mother some new pots and pans. He was very disappointed that when she took out her old pots and pans and put them on the floor to put the new pots and pans in the cabinet, that I spent the rest of the day building things out of the old pots and pans instead of out of the erector set, because I was toying around. I was playing. And this is what we get to do with our creative ideas. We get to play in this field of creativity that is just waiting for us to expand into our greatness, into our metaphysical truth, luring you with an idea, an inkling, a tingle, a possibility, an image, a vision, an urge. So planting is both a physical and a metaphysical act. The farmer plants the seed into the soil, which is the law. That's what we teach in Science of Mind. That's how it works. Seed, soil, plant. The soil is a creative medium. We are that soil expression, that creative medium. And the great thing about it is, when we create our idea, the thing that's in our mind becomes the thing that we think of. You plant a melon seed, you get melons. You plant your creative idea, you get your creative idea out there. If it's a book, you'll get a book, you know? And it might even multiply and become a seed and become a podcast. It just keeps growing because it's a plant that expands, you see. The thing about multiplicity, the thing about expansion, growing things, is what it does, it doesn't divide, it just multiplies. It's still the full, whole expression that is the infinite God itself. It's just becoming more and more things. Years ago, I had back when they had the beep, what's that? Answering machine? Answering machine. Remember those things? Remember you used to come home and you have to hit the button and you have to rewind? My message on the answering machine said, you can count the seeds in an orange, but you can't count the oranges in a seed. That's us. That's us. That's the other reason why we should release our protected spark of divinity. Because you never know how that's going to expand and become even bigger and create even more for you over time. The Science of Mind, Dr. Holmes writes that the seed contains within itself all that is necessary for the reproduction of its kind. So when you begin to express your idea, this is how ideas become so valuable. This is how big companies become the big companies that they are. They start with a little idea, and it becomes this big thing. It's its same kind, over and over, repeating itself. Now, you don't have to become a big company, but you can become largely satisfied with your life by releasing that divine spark that is within you and letting it happen. And there's so many different ways this could happen, too. There's so many different varieties of seeds. And these correspond to the way I think we are in some ways. You know, there's this idea that there's some seeds that need warmth in order to germinate. They need compassion, love, understanding from a human perspective, right? I'm talking about human ideas that are expressing, right? But then sometimes it might be a painful experience that sparks your idea. Some seeds need moisture to spark open and to germinate. And so it might be a grief moment, a loss moment that begins the journey into your new creative expression. What I'm saying here is, don't be dissuaded from thinking that it has to happen in a certain way, because it's within you waiting to come forth, and it may come forth in a variety of different ways. It may come forth through a barren time, like a desert, you know? It may be the dry heat situation, or even something as intense as fire, which bursts the seeds forth from the evergreens. They need fire. This is why we can't fight all the fires. We have to have some of these fires. And sometimes the fire in our life, that turmoil situation, is just what it happens to bring our seed into expression. Sometimes they need to blow on the wind. Remember the dandelions? I just love that. You know? Or is it the maple that has the flying seed that drops and spins around like an airplane? Like the helicopter seeds, right? You know, it takes the wind. Or sometimes it takes a friend. The birds, the bees, you and me, sharing our idea with someone else, sharing not necessarily the idea itself, because the idea is within you, right? But they may say something to you. A friend may say something to you that reminds you, oh, oh yeah, I was going to do that thing. And because they said it, now you go out and you do that thing. We're all spiritual farmers. We're all alchemists of the truth. We all are carrying within us this hint of what is possible to move into form. And it's our job to do this. And our highest power as spiritual beings in this physical plane is this thing called choice. Now, we can suffer. We can use our freedom of choice to suffer by not making a choice, by leaving that seed hidden and down inside us, and then just let it roll around until it becomes not working anymore. Or we can let that thing out. Because there is this law of growth, and we must remember that law of growth is always working, and it's working now. You see? That's the other thing. Tomorrow does not happen on this regard. Tomorrow is just another day waiting to happen. And when today comes, that's it. So if you think, and the law will totally agree with that, so if you're thinking you're going to wait until tomorrow, you put your potential into futurity. And you don't want it there, you want it into the now. So we must take this action right away. Dr. Holmes talks about this. He says that if a gardener holds his seed in his hand and says, tomorrow I'm going to plant the seed, his garden will never start growing. So let your seed out. Let it go. Don't grow. Don't hold on to it. There was a guy right after World War I. One of the fellows who survived the war decided he would take a walkabout, a pilgrimage, a journey, a hike. He's walking across Europe, and he comes across a former battlefield. He'd been walking through this lovely forest, and all of a sudden there's this barren field, and it's like, oh my goodness, it just reminded him of all that he'd had to go through, as we're being reminded about what war does to people right now. And in the far distance on the farther side of the field, he sees this guy with a big old sack over his back and a pipe. And he's sticking the pipe, and he's reaching the sack, he's dropping, sticking, he drops, stick, reach, drop. And he goes over to him and says, what are you doing? He says, I was on this field. And before this field was like this, it was a forest. And I'm planting oak trees. I'm planting oak trees. And and the same hiker, 25 years later, takes his son out on a tour, on a hike. And they walk across, and there, as he comes through the same pass, what does he see? A forest of oak trees. Because this guy didn't wait for tomorrow. He planted his field today and created this giant forest. It's a true story. You can go and find this forest. This whole idea about the seed has come up because I was thinking about spring. And so we're going to do this through the month. We'll talk about the soil, and then we'll talk about the plant, and then we'll talk about the harvest as we go through this season. Because this is the season. This is our season of choice. This is our time where we can, it's always our season of choice, of course. It always is. Every day is a season of choice. But the spring has a special energy to it about creating and starting anew and starting afresh. So this is the time. It's a fact of nature. It's a fact of nature that nature is natural. It does what it does, And so we don't have to force it. Once we release the idea, we don't have to force anything else to happen. The divine unfoldment will take place, and there is time for it to take place. Whether it's 5 years or 5 days or 5 minutes, we can make our seed happen and choose to plant, to sow, to spread, to broadcast our idea out into the world and to make it happen. See, there's an invitation that we have all been given. An invitation to listen to the spark of the primordial fire that is within us. Because that's really there. That's why the ideas sometimes burn in us, because they were forged in a primordial fire, in a place of universal creativity that we sparked out from. And so in this lesson today, this talk today, I'm hoping that we can burn away any fear around ideas that we're holding in ourselves. And we can bring warmth and compassion to that idea so that it can be nurtured and released. As Dr. Christian says in Science My magazine, your creativity comes as a seed that needs to be nurtured by your love and attention. Are you ready to give it love and attention? And not only is it giving love and attention to the idea that is within you that is waiting to be revealed, but in doing so, it's giving love and attention to the self. It allows a space of calm and satisfaction to come into our lives. If there's disruption in your day-to-day experiences, if there's a nagging energy, it's like, what is that? It might be that idea waiting to come forth. And so as you release the idea, as you give that idea love and attention, you have given love and attention to yourself and have soothed your own energetic presence. So if that makes sense, I invite you now that it is time to release. Time to release nature's protective spark that is waiting within you. And so it is. So, let's do it together. I am a co-creative being consciously releasing a divinely inspired idea. I have a energetic feeling that there is, how to say this? There's just something beautiful waiting to happen within each and every one of us. And so by this prayer right now, I am activating that divine spirit on behalf of each and every one of us as I do it for myself. And because we have such a wonderful manifestation of what we've been waiting for so long, I'm also going to invite everyone here that if you have an energy within you, if there's something that has been on your heart, there's energy that you want to release, an idea that you want to speak to, let's just speak it out loud into the room for a minute. Let's feel that vibrational energy. And if you just want to think it, that's cool too. But I invite that to happen right now, and then we'll do our revealing prayer. So here's what I know. That the divine presence of which we are a part, that loving, infinite intelligence that is always with us because it is us. It is that thing that teaches us to be and that thing that we learn to be by means of it. Is hearing right now the words and feeling the vibrations and understanding the energy and the intentions set forth by each and every person in this room. And I am so grateful to be able to speak this word of truth for every one of us, to know that the power within us that guides us and sustains us, that gives us infinite supply and total abundance, is right now pulling together everything that is necessary for the most joyous experience of life for each and every one of us. I'm simply knowing that the stuff that we use, we are taking in and making use of to produce and to expand upon and to manifest as that thing, that very thing that sparkles and sings and sings and sings. There's a vibratory action happening here in the community of CSL Simi Valley that is spreading out across the world and is being felt by all the hearts and minds that are right now calling forth for the truth of which we know. That love is, that peace is, that compassion is, that prosperity is, that abundance is, ever flowing, always present, always available, here and now, as we reach out and say, yes, I gratefully receive. So in this moment, I gratefully receive that good for us all in this word of affirmation, as I release it to this wonderful law with deep gratitude that always says yes, and so it is. Dr. Susan, would you like to come join us? Look who's here. We are all now Cosmic Kids.
We may not have the Cosmic Kids here, but we certainly have planted a lot of seeds for them, right? Thank you, Dr. Stephen. That's coming up. Ready to catch it? As Reverend Stephen shared with us, and as I was sitting there, and I don't get the opportunity to be in here with everybody, and it was delightful to do that today. But the idea that he was planting the seeds, if you think about a dollar bill, Do you know there's 100 seeds in there? And could you think about, when you think of 20 or 30 or 40, how many seeds you get the opportunity to bless and to move forward? So I'm stepping in and sharing with you ways in which you can tithe or donate or whatever word you want to put around it, whatever word you want to tie it up in. But anyway, we have the cslcme.org donating. You can text the word give, and there's the phone number up there. You can always call the office. I'm ready and willing anytime. I'm here. So that's part of the seeds we got to plant today from that wonderful talk that you gave. Thank you. That was wonderful. So also, we have a wonderful affirmation to add to that. And as we think about it and we say the affirmation, think about that's the nutrients, that's the soil, that's the water, that's everything else that makes it grow. So join with me in please saying, divine love is a doing perfect work here and now. Love harmonizes, divine love adjusts, divine love prospers, divine love foresees everything and richly provides every good thing. Naimi Valley, Sally, our end is victorious. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Susan.
You're welcome.
And here are your announcements for the week.
Oh, I don't have to do those, right?
So let's say it together. God is lavish, unfailing abundance. Let's do it. God is lavish, unfailing abundance. And the evidence is right here. Because it is expressed as each and every one of us. So in gratitude, I give thanks for it flowing so easily through each and every person here, through each and every person who's been watching online, through each and every person who gives to this center, knowing that the giving is blessed. And so it is.
So it is. We got one more from Jami.
So if you would repeat after me, this is a relatively easy song, but perfect for the talk. I'm going to spank you. If you'd repeat after me, we are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the ones we've been waiting for.
We are the love that we seek.
We are the love that we seek.
We are the seeds we are sowing.
We are the seeds we are sowing.
We are the harvest we reap.
We are the harvest we reap.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Give it a try. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Here's the easy part. I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. I am. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. I am. Oh, I am that I am. Oh, I am that I am. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Come on, y'all. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Let's do that one more time. Oh, we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the love that we seek. We are the seeds we are sowing. We are the harvest we reap. Let's tag that. Oh, we are the harvest we reap. One more time. We are the harvest we reap.
Ah, that's beautiful. Yes, buddy. Yes, yes, yes. We are. Lula, Dr. J. Yeah. Our own Dr. J. Yes. All right, so many people that helped to put this service together. Right off the top, I want to thank Dr. Susan for coming in and doing our giving offering today. So thank you. Felt like we all got a taste of Cosmic Kid energy. Want to thank our service team for today. I see that Darlene's very excited to be able to support on a team. Mona also. Ron doing the stage work. Who else was on your team? Costa? You're not? Oh, a triad today. Okay, that's great. Got Dominic on the slides. Thank you so much for that. Gregory's doing great work on the service, and I loved how you put the music. You didn't get to see this, but when the band was playing in a sing-along song, he had the words kind of superimposed, so you could see the band and see the words at the same time. Slick production, my man. Go it, right? Woo! And the Soul Purpose Band. Thank you, John. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Randy. And the L's, and thank you, Cherie, so much for that. If you are new to our center and would like to find out more about it, there's Karen Stelk standing under the exit sign. She'll be able to help you out with anything that you might want to know about the center. And then Reverend Johanna, our practitioner of the day, is available to pray for you after service. She will also be under that same exit sign. And then Dee is another practitioner. She's around for you today. And do we have any other practitioner today? And Elaine is here. Elaine Ocasio is joining our practitioner team. Stand up, Elaine, because a lot of people haven't seen you in a while. All right? So she's also available at any time. Our practitioners are available for prayer for you at all times. I want to remind you that it's good if you can get the Abundance book, but if you do not have the book and have not gotten the book, we have this handout that has all 10 statements. You say the 10 statements, 1 through 10, once a day, and then start over, and that's how you get through the 40 days. And it also has just a little brief instructions about it. And we'll also send you the email out every day. So you've got a lot of support to figure out how to do it. I think are there still journals left as well? One journal left. One journal left. We were giving away journals. Oh, there's one. So you better race out there if you want a journal. It's going to go fast. All right. Man, these services go so quickly. I guess that's my cue for you to stand up and for me to stop talking. So we're going to do this benediction together, and then we'll sing our new song. Ready? I'm at home in the heart of God. My life is anchored in truth. I can never be separate. I live in a consciousness of peace. I release all fear. I am living love. Okay. And Terry's going to sign the song as well.
Love me with you.
Stand off to the side so you can see the words.
Unfold you. Spirit lift you. Breathe it in. Truth come through you. Make no flow to you. Let joy renew you till we meet again. Love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. Ooh, love be with you. All together, hand in hand, see the light and take a stand, and we are changing. A whole new life for you and me. Take your passion, set it free, and share this blessing. Love me with you, peace unfold you, spirit lift you, breathe it in, come through you, make it flow through you, let joy renew you till we meet again. Love me with you. Ooh, 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 love me with you.
That's a Floyd Lula song, by the way. And Floyd Lula and Jamie's got some CDs out there, so take him home with you, and we'll see you next week. Come out Wednesday for Paulette.
I don't remember what day it was, and I didn't notice what time it was. All I know is that I fell in love with you, and if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Every day's a new day, in love with each day comes a new way of loving you. And every time I see your face, my mind starts to wander. And if all my dreams come true, I'll be spending time with you. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only half as much as tomorrow. Tomorrow's day means springtime's just a day away. And Cupid, we don't need you now, be on your way. And ever, Lord, for love like ours that grows ever stronger. And I always will be true. I know you feel the same way too. Oh, I love you more today than yesterday, but not as much as tomorrow. I love you more today than yesterday, but only I've got to sing with you. Every time I love ya. Oh,